That's your front line. No kings rally screaming against Trump, the dictator king. Then free Maduro chants, oppression's your thing. Outlaw preaching doom, climate's on fire, while jet set and private mansions piled higher. Obama slams fossils, but his wealth's energy tied. Hypocrites in suits taking us for a ride. You talk big game, but your actions scream lies. Left-wing phonies under liberal skies. Oh, the hypocrisy of the left. It's a rock and roll scam, pushing rules for us, but you don't give a damn. Higher taxes for the rich, Clinton's dodge them with ease. Bernie wants $15 for pay staff on their knees. Tolerance preaching but shut down the right. Free speech for you, conservatives out of sight. Hypocrisy rock, yeah, you're full of it now. Left-wing lies, take a bow. Condemning violence after Trump takes a shot, but BLM riots, mostly peaceful watercraft. Affordable housing for all, that's your cry. But NIMBY in Frisco, no bills in your sky. Obama blasts Wall Street, then cashes their checks. Millions in speeches, hypocrite wreck. Oversight for Republicans, grill them to the bone. But Biden scandals, leave them alone. You champion rights, but ally with kings. Saudi abuses, nah, that's your bling. Oh, the hypocrisy of the left, it's a rock and roll scam, pushing rules for us, but you don't give a damn. Gun control for peasants, but guards at your door. School choice for poor kids, nah, elites want more. White House slams oil, but families' fortunes crude. COVID lockdowns for us, Newsom dines in the nude. Hypocrisy rock, yeah, you're full of it now. Left-wing lies, take a bow. Human rights abroad, only when it fits your game. Ignore the tyrants if they're in your fame. Private schools for Obama kids, vouchers, hell no. Fossil fuel haters with oil cash flow. Your virtue signal loud, but your mask slips away. Phony baloney in the USA.
Good evening, everybody. This is the Sights and Sounds of Earth, right here on Starship Adventures, and I'm glad everybody could make it tonight. My name's Ian, and we're broadcasting live tonight from the Starship Studios here in Southwest Florida, little building behind my house. And we are broadcasting worldwide on YouTube, the world's largest broadcast platform, and we are broadcasting through fiber optic. We are glass all the way to the internet, which gives us some very good reliability. I think we've had one show in the last 6 months that we couldn't get off the ground because of the internet or whatever. So very, very good thing. All right, so we're hanging in there tonight. It's quiet. There's only one small protest going on, and I'm not even sure where this is coming out of. The person putting it out is getting it somewhere else, and it doesn't say where it's coming out of. So I'm just going to leave it up there. That's the upper left. We're also watching the Fuego volcano. Fuego, I don't know. I've heard it pronounced 3 different ways. And we're going to be talking about that here in just a second, right near the top. And then we're also watching Washington, D.C., and keeping an ear out in case there's something that goes on in Iran. The peace talks apparently have broke down with between there, and they've canceled it, and nobody knows what's going on. You know, Trump smiles and waves, and then all of a sudden bombs the shit out of somebody. So that's what I like about Trump, is he's very unpredictable. And believe it or not, when you're very, very, very unpredictable, that usually wins the day. And so I think that's very important. So we'll talk about that a little bit more. Center view up there, I got a great shot of Niagara Falls. When I was a kid, right there in the foreground, you can see those lit up buildings right there, right along that railing right there that you can see. That's right along where you can see the mist coming up. I can remember riding on my dad's shoulders so I could see. And they had a little show going on where they would light up the different things and play the different music and stuff. And but anyway, so I saw this tonight. I said, I'm going to put that up. That's a live view of Niagara Falls. Upper right, I got Fox Raw on there. And we'll just keep an eye there in case something comes down or breaks. If I find something better, I'll stick it in there. And we've got the radar tonight. Is one of the quietest nights on the radar I think I've ever seen in my life. There's really nothing going on. There just is nothing going on. There's no alerts to speak of. The only alerts we have are special weather statements, and that's it. There's no actual watches or warnings or anything of any magnitude at all. So there you go. That's the nation out there, left to right. Now, when we talk about what's going on out there, we do have to talk about a huge solar storm. And we've got a huge sunspot out there. And I got a great graphic here that I'm going to explain and give credit to here. Just let me get it to where I can put it up for you. There we go, left windowed. Okay, so what we've got here is we've got a shot of this thing. Here we go. This is it right here. Here's a shot of it, and I'm going to tell you all about this latest. This is the big solar flare. Let's start up here. More CMEs are coming. Let's start with the breaking news here. A CME hit Earth yesterday. More are on the way, according to NOAA's model of activity, and that is right here. I'll get that up for you here real quick. This is the current plot, and here I'll run it so you guys can see what it looks like. This is the upright and left axis as you're looking at it. You can see there Earth. Earth is the green dot, and you can see there how all that's coming off the sun there, and we're not really in front of the solar wind necessarily, but look at those two waves coming at us, and they are going to hit one and then two right there. You can see them hit Earth. They're not tremendous. I've seen them a lot worse than this, so this is not a big deal. But this is the forecast, and this looks like what it's going to do. Artemis has a launch schedule. Okay, we'll get to that. Yeah, I would love to see Niagara Falls again in real life. Starship Troopers. So I do want to say hi to everybody out there. Yellow Rose, thank you for being here. And Victor, as always, one of my longest running supporters of the channel. Thank you for being here, Victor. Deploribus, Charlotte's Rock, Fraser, thank you for being here. And Jungle, Dispatch Center. And I'm just reminding everybody, we're gonna be doing some more mods soon. So just hang in there. William Robinson. Yeah, I hate when I see them bringing little kids to these protests. This is an adult thing. You know, it's kind of like going in the liquor store. Let's just leave the kid in the car. Things are heating up, maybe not in the car, maybe at home. There we go. Things are heating up off the coast of Oregon. Magma's rising up there watching for eruption. Yes, we are standing by there, and if anybody finds live video of anything worth putting up, let me know, and I'll switch it out. Fuego, about an hour ago, was putting up a bunch of lava. You can barely see the hill now in the twilight there, but anyway, we'll keep an eye on both of those. If anybody finds video on that, let me know. So anyway, that's the forecast. This was the big one, so let's talk about that. Yesterday, well, let's finish talking about the CME we had yesterday. Yesterday's CME sparked a G1 class geomagnetic storm with auroras around the Arctic Circle. There's a number of pictures here, but let me see here if I can just pull this up and pull it over here and make this really easy on us all. Yeah, there we go. See that picture right there? Let's tell you about that picture. Greg Ash photographed the display from Abisko, Sweden. In spite of the nearly full moon, the auroras were visible to the naked eye, and it was especially beautiful to the Swedish mountains to the south, says Ash. And so there you go, beautiful shot from Sweden there in the Arctic Circle, looking at that beautiful aurora in full sunlight, or moonlight, I'm sorry, full moonlight. So that's pretty incredible. Okay, so let's get back to this SOB right here. See that little weird looking bluish marble looking thing in the upper left? Yeah, that's Earth to scale. So that shows you how large this is. You can fit about 5 or 6 Earths across inside this flare. It's huge. Continued threat for X-flares. Most sunspots never produce even one X-flare. This week, this giant sunspot right here, number 4366, has fired off 6 X-flares. The latest was an X 4.2 class that happened just yesterday. It was a 4.2 explosion on the sun there. This is the most powerful solar flare that the photographer of this picture says he's ever been lucky enough to capture in his entire life, and he's been an astronomer for a long time. That's from Sylvan Weller of Jerusalem, Israel. The activity exploded on my screen, he said. It was enormous. Don't be surprised if there's another X flare sometime overnight tonight or tomorrow. The sunspot has an unstable beta gamma delta magnetic field that will almost certainly explode again. It is facing Earth now, so any flares that we get today, tonight, and even tomorrow will be geo-effective. So we got to watch out for that. If you want to see more images, go to spaceweather.com. That's spaceweather.com, and scroll down to where it says real-time space weather photo gallery. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to give you the straight link to their photo gallery. It is absolutely great. I strongly recommend spaceweather.com is my recommendation for the probably the best website out there. It's written by a couple of scientists. They do a lot of stuff, and they also support Earth to Sky Calculus's work with the study of the ionosphere and things like that, and Earth to Sky Calculus. And If you don't know anything about that, scroll down to the bottom of the page, and they're always selling something that's been in space. You can actually buy little Star Trek deltas and stuff that they flew up to space in a balloon. And your money buying there's 4 or 5 of these deltas on each flight, or 4 or 5, a couple of Spock mugs. They do a lot of Star Trek stuff. These guys are geeks. Every time they fly to space with one of these balloons, the 4 or 5 people that get the memorabilia that went to space pay for the flight, and then they get the data to go into this huge data set that they're building. I think it's really cool. And they're selling a pendant right now and different things. But the Earth to Sky calculus is, if you guys don't know, have never heard of that, you can check it out. There's I'm trying to get the exact link to it, but it's a bunch of kids, like high school and college kids, that do this. And Earth to Sky Calculus is a Bishop, California-based student group that launches helium balloons to the stratosphere, like 100,000 feet into the sky, way above any commercial airline, way above anything that we're flying pretty much out there right now. And it studies cosmic rays and atmospheric phenomenon. Founded about 2011, they measure radiation, test microbes, and it's entirely crowdfunded by donations and by selling these little pendants and these little things that they send up to space. And I think it's really cool how it works, and I think it's neat. If you guys want to read more about it, you can find out more. I'm trying to see if they've got I'm trying to see where they're at here. Here, they've got a YouTube page. Let's just do that. This is Earth to Sky Calculus YouTube page. I like you guys to be able to follow up on stuff you hear on the show. And it shows you right on their page there, you can see the flights that they do in the balloons. They love Mr. Spock. I swear about every third thing they send up is something to do with Mr. Spock. Obviously, the guy that runs the thing's a big Spock guy. But anyway, that's a lot of fun. And but you guys check that out over at spaceweather.com. And that's about what I got for space weather. So we're going to keep an eye on that. There is a chance for some more storms over the next couple days, but there might be a bigger chance too if this thing lets off a big explosion off the sun, and we'll have to see what happens. All right, the only view I have of protesting is someone walking or riding something down the side of the road. If he's walking, he's fast and smooth. I think he's rolling. But anyway, there's just nothing going on out there. I don't know. I think there's a lull in activity here. I don't know why people aren't broadcasting it. I went and looked tonight for what I call the usual suspects, which is basically, people that do either what I do or people that go to things like this and broadcast live. And I've looked for both of those tonight. I don't see anything. Yeah, all their lighting now is LED, and it's all RGB LED. And they sometimes do like a show with music, and the lights turn different colors and stuff. I was hoping it would do something, but you know how it is. I don't know why it's red like that. I don't think Canada's going Republican. Hey, come on aboard, Tim. How's it going, buddy? You can always come aboard. We leave the hatches unlocked. Okay, well, we're going to keep an eye out. I mean, I think that we might be able to get some views up. I'll keep about every 10 or 15 minutes. I'll do the 2 or 3 searches I do to see if I can find anything coming up. Yes. Well, dehydrated water, this is because most of the protesting is organized. Here, I'm going to tell you, if it's in the morning, it's teachers' unions and people that have retired out of teachers' unions. I don't know why, but that's what they do. They show up at 8 o'clock in the morning. They show up with a cup of coffee and a purpose. And then you got the afternoon protesters, a lot of times are your kids. And then your evening protesters are your 20-something agitators. Yeah, there's definitely shifts. And like morning and afternoon are mostly white females, but you get in the evening, it's about 60-40 white males. Yeah, no, I trust me. I study the demographics on this stuff. I really do. Because it's good to know the enemy. I don't whatever you want to call it. But I do. I study the demographics on this stuff. Yeah. Yeah, the patterns have been changing. Like I said, and you're right about the younger kids. That's a new phenomenon. You're correct. Dehydrated water. You're absolutely correct. I'm saying that there's patterns developing, and I gave you some examples. Along with yours is a new one. Um, I think that we're seeing other groups getting involved. I think we're seeing school groups getting involved, and that's why what you're saying, I think, is probably because these may be groups within schools, political groups, or ideological groups, or whatever. I don't know, atheist groups. I don't, whatever they got over there. I was going to say religious groups, but it's normally not that on the left. But you know, you got to see who's involved in all of these protests. You'll see them all show up with one kind of sign. And I watched the other day when someone showed up and they offloaded food and coolers and all brand new shit. I mean, literally all brand. They went to Walmart and they dropped $1,000. And then they showed up out there and it was all set up and the sandwiches were all made and everything. And they dropped it off. And then the other day I'm listening to one about a week and a half ago. I was actually listening on someone else's feed because I was up in Georgia. And it said, this one guy said, yeah, I'm pissed because we were supposed to have 20 leaf blowers tonight, but they never showed up. And see, these are things you hear because there's a lot of coordination going on. Now, there's also a lot of lazy assholes that are dropping the ball, and that's why. But we can hear in the crowd when these guys are all talking and saying the quiet shit out loud, if you know what I mean. One of the things we learn is that there is a lot of coordination behind this. When they were out there in Minnesota, it got down to 5 degrees, and they're still out there. Next thing you know, pickup truck shows up, and 5 or 10 of those propane heaters that have the double burners on top, those are great. They showed up, boom, boom, boom. They lit those things off, and next thing you know, the protesters are warm, and the cops are all over there freezing their ass off. Yeah. Well, then, yeah, that's the thing. What are they telling these children in high school to make them think that they need to go do this? You know, I don't think they realize that all these illegals that are coming in, that bring in 50 different languages into one school, this is actually making your child's education worse. I'm sorry, this is something people don't like to talk about. And somebody out there is already thinking, oh, here goes that racist pig. But the thing is, I'm going to say it just like this. When your child goes to a school where everybody in the school speaks English, everybody in the school was born here or has lived here most of their life, everybody in the school, all the children are, you know, if there's any of them that are way below standard or gifted, they've gone into separate programs. You're talking about children now that they speak well English. They all are in the same general area, the same general grade level. And that's the best learning environment for your child. When they leave the children that are slow or don't do well or can't read or they're having some kind of mental or breakdown or issues, when they leave those children or they leave the really gifted children in class, it tends to disrupt the norm for most of the class. This is something liberals can't seem to get. When you start bringing in, well, those 4 kids only speak Spanish, and that kid speaks Portuguese, and that kid, oh, hey, Mama Kitty, hello, everybody, this is Mama Kitty, and this person speaks this. It completely degrades the education that your child's getting. Now, if these kids are here legally and their parents are here legally, then let's do what we can do. Let's help these people. Let's get them in classrooms, even if we have to bust them around a little bit. Let's get the Portuguese kids in classrooms where we can teach them how to speak English. Let's get the Spanish kids. Let's get them up to snuff. We got to do that. But for the illegals, we just need to get rid of them because they didn't come here legally. If their parents didn't come here legally, that's bad on their parents. I'm sorry. Yeah, this is Mama Bleep. Say hi, Mama Bleep. Say hi. You gonna say hi? She's been talking lately. I mean, she normally did, like, used to be she would, like, just mouth it, and I'd have to kind of read her lips. But now she's, yeah. Well, yeah, the biggest problem with teachers' unions is that teachers aren't held accountable ever. There's teachers all over this country that were cheering the fact that Charlie Kirk had his neck shot off. Yeah, they were actually out there, rah, rah, rah. Now, here they fired their ass, but not everywhere. A lot of these teachers' unions got a lot of these people their jobs back. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. What unions do is they make shitty workers. Union is kind of like a microcosm of communism. Once you get a union in there, nobody wants to be a supervisor anymore. Nobody wants to be an innovator anymore. Everybody just wants to make more money and work less. And that's all it is. And unions are actually a microcosm of what communism is for government. And it's collectivism, bullshit, whatever. And so the whole way you think about that, you can think about it how you want, but that is literally the way I think about that. All right, so let's see. Deploribus, you're right. They can only go as fast as the slowest student, and that's the problem. There's this. Is their neighbor? All right, let me see if I can find that. Yeah, if it's one of my mods, if you can put the link right in, I don't care. I let people know where I'm getting my streams from, so I obviously don't mind if you put that in. We do have that one that looks like there is something going on there. I can't tell where they're at. I keep wanting to say Portland, but it doesn't look like Portland, but the lighting looks like Portland. I don't know. I'm just having an issue there, but we'll figure it out. Let's see if we can find this here. I'm going to go ahead and type in Minneapolis. Well, we came up under about 10 spoof channels. What is this? India Today, Mirror Now, Times Now. It's all bullshit. Okay, here we go. I think this might be it here. Nubbin St. Nubbins, it says. It says live stream from Portland, from Minneapolis, LA, Portland. Okay, so let me get this because this looks like it's live. It matches everything up. I'll go ahead and put it here. Let's see. That's the one we got right now. I'll just leave that up here for right now. But that's what we're getting. I'm trying to find a clean feed of that, whoever he's taking. But there you go. Okay. That's it. I just ran the whole thing all the way down. Yeah, neighbor, I know I'm the last one that wants enforcement of laws and rules. But God bless. I mean, I think the worst thing about it to me is the fact that people from around the world go on YouTube and they're like, oh my God, they're burning down cars every single day. No, they're still showing videos from 2 months ago where they burned those 5 autonomous vehicles. They're still showing those loops. They also mix in loops from other places. Like there was one the other day and it was looping Portland, and it kept looping in pictures of this car burning that was clearly not in this country. And they were literally just using that to build suspense and make it look worse. Um, and I'm swear people in other countries must think, man, they riot in the streets every single day. And of course, and then what do they see? They see people in blow up dinosaur costumes and crazy shit, vagina hats and penis costumes and the boys from South Park and blow up. And it was kind of crazy. And what does the world think about us? First of all, these Yanks never take anything serious. Look at them, they're crazy. Well, they are. They're seeing the crazy ones. Look, it looks like the band's out there again today. I will admit, you got to respect people that bring a marching band. I mean, I've always said that, really. But come on, this is getting a little ridiculous. And they can't play worth a shit. It's literally 10 worthless liberals that borrowed musical instruments from their siblings who can actually play them. So they could come out here and literally use their mouth and that piece of metal to make disgusting noises. And that's literally what's going on out there right now. Jeez. Jeez Louise. What browser number is that? Browser 2. Let me see if we got any audio on that.
The EG.
No, apparently not. I'm looking for natural sound, but there really isn't any. Oh. Times New World, CNN News 18, The Daily Guardian. These are all spoof channels. Oh, hey, there we are. Times New World, Hook Global. I mean, there's some good ones on here. Real Talk with Seth. That's a guy doing a talk show. Here's another one. Fat Patriot. He's doing a talk show. I mean, there's a bunch of them on here. And they're good ones, but when it comes to these spoof channel, Times Now, India Now, Mirror Now, Times, they like the word now. Did I mention that? Lots of now. Lots of now. The news briefing, Times Now. Oh my God. News X World. There's the Y'all bot from Ryan Hall, y'all. Let's see. CNN News 18. That's not even from this country. It has nothing to do with the Communist News Network. It's out of somewhere else. India Today. It's all garbage. But what do you do about it? What do you do about it? So anyway, tonight I want to do something a little different, or not really different, but I want to get back to something we were talking about and we were doing. And I want to show you guys something that you guys can do. You have to use your Google account, okay? And you have to or get an API or whatever. You'll have to figure that out. But I want to show you guys something that you can do, and that you and I'm going to give you the link, because remember, the one thing I do here is I always pull back the curtain and I always make sure you can see how it's done, where it's done, why it's done. This link here, it's called the Google AI Studio, okay? And with this app, you guys basically use AI to make AI programs. Yeah, I know it sounds complicated, but let me tell you something. It actually works. And what you're doing is you're going to use Gemini to build what are you grunting about, Mama? I think I'm hearing some gnats or something. All right, so not that kind of gnats, natural sound. One of those terms from work. All right, so there we go. I'm going to take this And I think what I'm going to do here, hold on, give me a second here. I need to switch some things around. I'm going to take this. Oh, for God's sake. I'm going to take that and turn it off. And I'm just going to, oh, shit. Hold on, guys. I'm sorry. I don't want to lose that shot of what's going on out there. So I'm moving things around so you guys can still see everything. And there is so much going on. I've gotten really good with this studio program, but that just means that I've made my life more complicated, really. Let me see if I can go ahead and I want to get everything so you guys can see what I'm building here. Okay, so here is what it looks like. Hopefully you guys can see it. And basically, what I'm going to show you guys tonight is how already right now you are smart enough to do this. Every one of you. If you're smart enough to use a chat room and you find our show interesting and you're into science a little bit, you're plenty smart enough to do this. Trust me. You can make anything you want with this. And I'm gonna show you some examples. I have made a lot of stuff with this. All right. You can go over here to my apps. Look at all my apps that I've made. Here's my thumbnail generator. All right. This is giving you an example of something I made. You type in the title of the show here, and then all you do is you go to this one here, and you let me go ahead and get this uploaded here. You go to your file folder and you upload your image. Okay, there's my image. And then look, it already populates it with stuff I can leave in here if I want. But let's say I don't want visual of the ocean floor. Let's say I've got a thing over here where I've got about 100 different prompts that I've made. So let's say instead of that, let's say I want a chopper flying over the crowd. So I just paste that in. Even if I use that same prompt night after night, it doesn't matter, because guess what? It makes it fresh and new every night. This is why I have fresh thumbnails every night. I made this program. And see, I'm just going to do a few of these to show you. Okay, here I got a violent thunderstorm, tornado, lightning. Okay, so now I filled in all the stuff. Everything's filled in. Those are my 9 squares, right? You see my 9 squares. All right, and now I hit go, and I got to pull this in a little bit to make sure you guys can see the whole thing. You hit go, and now what it's going to do is it's going to render. I designed it so that it renders all 9 of those images separately, and then it puts them onto a composite, and it's going to make me a thumbnail and a postage stamp for posting to social media. And I used a code assistant. I didn't put the first piece of code in there. I said, make me a program and you just have to write it. I'm making one right now that, listen to this. Take the data table that the user will paste into a text box and rearrange the table to output in the following format. All available information on the output format and pull down menu information is here, and I give it the website for the ADF file for ham radio people. The date and time must split and requires the matching date and time proper fields. I wrote all this, and then I wrote address field, prompt the user to provide address field. Age, prompt the user to provide his age. ARL section number, prompt the user and make a pull down menu. And it takes the information from your Hunter log and it makes an ADIF file. And I'm working on it right now. I'll have this ready soon. And you just basically talk to this thing and you tell it what you want. It takes this thing a while because it's actually rendering, every time I do this, it's rendering 20 images. Yeah, I put Fox Raw up sometimes, but I don't use it all the time. I put it up when I have a spot. Right now, I've got up there what's going on with the protests. If there's anybody that still cares. All right, so there we go. Now you can see there that it made me my thumbnail. See that? It made it. It's beautiful. Look at that. It's absolutely beautiful. I when I coded it, I told it to always favor the colors red and blue and use lots of spotlights and lens flares. And also, there's this like fluorescence. I think the word is give everything a fluorescence or something. I forget. But you can see it makes very unique thumbnails. And look at this. It made the thumbnail and it makes the square for my social media post. It makes the whole thing for me all at one time. And so all I do is hit these buttons that you can't see. They're right below the screen down here that says download thumbnail or download square. And notice everything it does has a lot of spotlights and lens flares and colors, red and blue colors. It's all branding. Branding is so important. If your channel is going to be green and yellow, then you would want to tell your AI, favor the colors green and yellow, put green and yellow spotlights, green and yellow whatever you need to do to make sure that that every night when people scroll down, let me ask you a question. You guys tell me. When you scroll down the list at night, you see my thumbnail. You know it's my thumbnail. That's branding. That's the key to one of the keys to a good YouTube channel is consistency and branding. And one of the things a lot of people don't do is consistency and branding. It's kind of crazy. That left one is supposed to be live, but I don't know. What do you think, Mama? What was that? I didn't hear you. What'd you say? But you're not going to say it again? It was worth saying once. All right, whatever. Cats, man, they are not good conversational. They'll talk and they'll do it, but they really don't like to get in a deep conversation. All right, so anyway, yeah, there you go. So that's how this is one I made. Now let's take a look at this. Let's look at this. I've made some other ones here. And there's also, they got a gallery. You can go through and see ones that have already been made and get ideas to make your own. You can make video games with it. You can make a thing that turns things into other things, graphics. I mean, there's just so many different things that you can do with it. You just have to explore it. But I've been building apps. Like here's one of my POTA Hunter generator logs that I'm working on. This is going to be a program. Isn't that pretty cool? It even does the branding and everything. And this is when I tell you guys there's going to be a suite of tools for you to use free on my API. This is one of them. It'll be a thing where you can copy your POTA Hunter log and just paste it in and fill out a few things, and boom, it'll make you an ADIF file out of that you can then send to QRZ and Scumbook of the World and all that. It's really cool. Okay. Yeah, they're switching back and forth. I think they're both on the same camera now. One's just delayed a little bit, but that's all right. I'm not worried about that right now. But yeah, if you guys see something else or get another link or on the protests or whatever, let me know and I'll be glad to stick it up there somewhere. All right. So, but anyway, this shows you another one that I've built. Let's see. Here's one I'm working on. That I'm going to have an image generator. This will be the image generator. And you literally just put in what you want and it will literally make it for you. It's absolutely amazing. I could take your picture and stick it in here and put it on any movie poster you want. You can do just about anything that you want with this thing by simply just describing what you want. Square, portrait, wide, or classic, image or video. It does do video. It doesn't do video well, but that's coming. Okay. But the image stuff you guys have seen. Oh, look, that volcano's going off. Holy shit! There goes Fuego. Wow! Holy shit! It just went kaplooey, and you could even see it when it got to the shockwave got to the camera. Wow! Look at that, guys! Holy crap! I wasn't expecting that much. Shit! It reminds me of when I was a teenager. All right. Anyway. Oh God. So if I wanted to make changes to this, I would just type it in over here. This column here is the builder, and this is the program that you're building. So you go over here and you type in down. You can't see it, but there's a little box you type in down here. And you just type in what you want, and it will make it for you. Okay? And so I do want to give you an example, a couple more examples here, and then I'm actually going to show you some other stuff that I'm doing with it. I'm making these. These are like generators to generate different things. These are all different projects that I'm working on, and I'm getting there with this. I'm learning how to use it. But let's do this. Let's start a new one here. Okay, we're on Gemini 3 Pro. Let's go ahead and let's make one. Make me a YouTube thumbnail generator. It will ask the user for an image to put in the upper right corner. And it will ask for the title of the show. Okay? And then it will place the title next to the logo using the rest of the available space. See, I'm just talking to it. You can hit the microphone and do it Captain Kirk style if you want. But you just basically type it in, and what do you want it to do? In the background, generate an abstract image of space and ships in space. Favor the colors green and yellow. Use the Star Trek style of ships. This is another thing you can do. It understands things like when I say Star Trek, it understands what I'm talking about. So you can put in there, I want to do it. I want it to be in the style of Star Trek, rather than just putting rocket ships and weird things on there. The more information you give it, the better it does as far as giving you exactly what you want. However, if you're not sure exactly what you want, be vague as hell, because it will actually help you find what you want. It's really neat, very creative. Okay, so we're here now. So now what it's going to do is every day it will create you a new, so we're going to have for a title of the show, and then put in the background then across the middle in white letters with black. This is crazy, but it works. White letters with black outline. Put the show topic in large letters, centered. You got to be specific if you want it a certain way. I also need to put, see, white letters with a black outline. This takes time, and I'm trying to do it quickly here. Okay, so I'll go in white letters, a black outline, put the show that'll work. Place the title next to the logo using the rest of the available space, then across the middle of it. Okay, so ask the user for this as well. Okay, so there we go. So now we can do it however we want here. So now what we do is we hit build, and it will build this. Now, there's other things you can do. Make it a dark UI with colorful lines in yellow and green. Okay, so you can, that gives it some kind of idea of what you want, and then the name of it is thumbnail generator. We'll call it the YouTube thumbnail generator. YouTube thumbnail generator. Okay, so and then we hit build. Now you can see over on the left that it's starting to chew on what I've got here, and it's starting to kind of figure out what there is to do there. It's literally making it, it's thinking about it as we go here. Trying to get more of the screen up for you guys to see the rest. There we go. All right, so it's what it's doing, it's making the program. Once I make the program and I get the program exactly the way I want it, then I can compile that program and I can just send you the program. And it works. It's really, really cool. Sometimes, I mean, this works the first time about 80% of the time. And then I'll usually tweak it a little bit. Sometimes you tweak and then it gets weird and you have to go back and kind of start over, and you just add your tweaks to the original text that you put in and start over again. And that way you're kind of fresh. It's best if you can get the first generation to work. So you want to get the best description, the best prompt you can get, so that when it makes it, you don't have to mess with it after that. So what I do is I use it for trial and error, and then when I get it just the way I want it, then I make the prompt that has everything in it. Okay, so there we go. It looks like it's wanting to make this here. So we put in the title of the show. There it is. We put in Warp Drive Explained, and we can put in a logo. I don't know. We'll put in some logo here. Let me see what we got here. All right, we're going to put in the Sights and Sounds of Earth logo and generate background. Now watch this. You click this, it's going to make your background. So this is the program. It works. Look, there's your logo. I don't know what's that behind there. Let's see if it does that every time. We're going to have to fix it. But now every time you go on to talk about Star Trek or whatever, look, it'll make you a new one every time you go on, and look how quick it is. You can just type in episode 2, whatever, type in the main topic, well, however you want to do it. I mean, you see, I'm just doing this for a demonstration, but notice it's all in the colors. I told it to favor yellow and green. So all the ships, like the warp drives and the plasmas and everything is yellow and green. That's what's really neat about this thing. It takes you very literally, and it will do it. If you describe it well, look at that. That's a neat one there. I don't know. It's putting words in the background. So what I can do is go over here and write. There should be no words of any kind on the background. Make the words a little smaller. Yeah, let's see what that does. So then I do that, I hit it, and now what it's doing is it's remaking the program. It will literally remake the program for me. So, and then as soon as it's done, we'll test it again. But see, if you're doing a Star Trek show or something like that, this would be such an easy thing. You could turn on your computer and you would have your prompt all set to go over here. My prompt that I use every night is it's very simple. It's here, if I can get it to roll up. Okay, so like here we go. I make me a detailed meta package for a special coverage on the YouTube channel Starship Adventures, the Sights and Sounds of Earth. This is a special live multi-screen coverage of the protests and civil unrest, specifically in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and across the nation. We're also going to be talking about how I hate Starfleet Academy. This was from last night. And I put in the 3 or 4 topics and I hit go. And then it makes the title, the description, the keywords, the hashtags, everything. It makes everything, okay? Then I go over and I make a song for tonight's show. I made a song for tonight's show called The Left's Hypocrisy. And I made it like Stairway to Heaven, Led Zeppelin. And it came out really good. And I'm going to be adding that to my song library. So I went ahead and I can now make a song in about 5 minutes. I can make the meta package in 1 minute. I can now make my thumbnails and all my thumbnails and stuff in just a couple of minutes. And look at this. I look like a professional channel that's got people, staff that's working. But no, not necessary. All right, look at this. I've made it. That looks a lot better now, I think. So now we're going to upload that image again. I don't have an image that matches the color, so it's all right, though. Well, I'll tell you what, we'll use the POTA image. There you go. And then what you do is you just hit generate background. And let's see if it works this time. Look at that. Bam. Every day you got a beautiful thumbnail. They all look the same. They're all uniformed. They all look good. So you see what I mean? But this is just one thing you can do for this. You can literally write a program on this to fix your taxes, to do your taxes. You can write a program on here to work on audio. I'm working on a program right now that will take text that comes in from my host and put it into a printable page by page format and make the titles a certain size and all that kind of stuff. I'm also working on another one of these where it will actually go on and download all the cuts and put them on cut numbers and set them all up for me. This is streamlining my life, okay? And you can look at my thumbnails and look at the stuff I'm putting out. I'm using this. I'm making my own AI using this. So what I want you guys to do is, if you do this, let me know if you get into it. I want to know. We'll share ideas. All right. Anyway, I guess that's good. I just wanted you guys to see this. Notice over here on the left, it tells me everything it did, how it did it, what it did. And here, it updated my AI prompt. It adjusted the font sizes. This is amazing to me. I know to you too, and she likes it too. It's absolutely amazing that that you can actually use AI to build your own I don't know how to code. I don't know how to code, but look, I can make code now. I can actually code things and make them come out and work. And then if this was for your channel, I could now compile this and then just send it to you. So you go up here to compile. You can download the app. You can copy the app, share the app, deploy the app, which is what I would do, deploy it. And then I can send that to you, and I'll do that if you guys want. If somebody's got a little show they're trying to get going or something, let me know. We can work together. But I just absolutely love that. That background is beautiful that it came up with. And see, every time you hit the button, it gives you a new visual, and then you can just decide, okay, I like that one. Look at that one. That's pretty cool too. So if you had a Star Trek show and every night you went on for 30 minutes just talking about how Kurtzman's ruining Star Trek, this thing would create you a fresh one every night. I think that's really cool. What do you guys think about that? I mean, what do you guys think about something like that? Give me, if you guys have any ideas. No, I don't make the one that makes the music. The one that makes the music is Suno. Suno.com. I actually pay for their lower tier account. But yeah, that's Suno.com. There's the link. So yeah, absolutely. That's Suno. And Suno is amazing. So anyway, I just wanted you guys to see that this is a really cool thing, this AI generator. And you can really use it for a lot of different things. Let's see, there was like, look, these are all things you can do to it. My God, they're making like cooking shows and shit. You can do literally anything with this. Type motion. I've never played around with this, guys. Oh wow. See, I have to assign it my API key. Enter the text. Let's see. Starship Adventures. Art direction. Flying through space. Emitting colorful gas and plasma in the wake. I don't know if it'll do something that complicated, but why not? Font style, Star Trek. Let's try it. See, this is my program. I can now brand this. These are free. I can brand this and recompile it, and it's mine. So I'll have this will be one of the things on that suite that I give you guys, and it'll run on my API. What the hell is that? Oh wow, shitting me, right? It's animating. Wow, that looks pretty cool so far. I'm already liking this shit. The best way to use Suno, go to Grok, have Grok create your lyrics for you. Work with Grok, get the lyrics you want, then correct them, make them perfect. Then paste that into Suno. There's a spot for lyrics. Then go back to Grok again and say, Grok, let's say you want it to sound like Jim Croce, Time in the Bottle, okay? Which I did want them. They came out pretty cool, very folksy, nice. Oh, wow, look at that. Oh, freaking me. Did you guys see that? So anyway, that's pretty cool. Look at that. Guys, I just made that for nothing. I mean, that's just, look at that. Oh my Lord. Oh, I'm happy with that. I'm going to be playing with that now. See? But see, if I could provide a thing where it comes up with a list of 25 or, oh, Mama Kitty, a list of 20 or 25 different tools, that would be so cool. And this would be one of them, the text generator here. Now that I've made this, okay, I X out of it and I take it over here and I put make the lines in the UI red and blue and very colorful, and then call it text animator. Starship Adventures text animator. Okay, so now what I'm doing is I'm taking the original one that I had there and I am modifying it now. And I'm going to make it my own, basically. I pay for the API, so I mean, it's going to cost me $5 or $10 this month or something. It's not a big deal. But if you got a Google account, once you do this, as long as you're signed into Google, it'll ask you, do you want to create an API account? Yes, you do. And then they'll just bill you. It's not a big deal. There's very few things I just pay for and not think about, but this was so good. I'm like, yeah, I'm paying for this. Man, they got a whole band there tonight, man. Is that Limp Bizkit? No, I'm just kidding. I don't even know what Limp Bizkit looks like. That's right, Mama Kitty. Yeah, I'm a rock and roll guy, but she's more into country music. She likes more of the classics, like Cash and Waylon Jennings and you know, you know, the greats, the highwaymen, if you will. Poor mama. Yeah. What's wrong with that eye? What's wrong with the eyeball? Boy, it's taken a while to make this mother. And this one here you're looking at, you can see it at the bottom. I want you to see on the bottom, you can see what they typed in. A wall of water punching through text with power. This one's called Text Formed by Fluffy White Clouds in a Deep Blue Summer Sky. Okay, so you can see these are the prompts they're using. Text forming from cosmic dust in the deep blue sector. Okay, so here, this is my program now. Okay, so if I want to initialize the creator, I got to select my API key again, because anytime you update. Okay, so now there's my creator. What do I do? Uh-oh. Well, see, something's not right. Okay, so see, that's a glitch. I'm going to have to work on that. But that's okay. I just wanted you guys to see all the different things that you guys can do with this. And that's one I'm definitely going to be playing with. Describe a scene and get a stunning video in seconds. Are you shitting me? Yes, I have a paid API key. Because, see, this shit costs money. When you make videos, it costs money. You make a video, it's 5 cents, 10 cents. You know, you're going to pay for it. Text to video. Wow. Oh, my God. What do I make? Let me see. Let me go to my prompts and see what I got here. Jesus. I think with my heart, that's my favorite one there. Oh, God. I don't know if it'll do this, but I think it might. All right, let's see if it'll do it or not. Every now and then it'll say, like, if you try to make it do sex stuff or whatever, it's going to say, nah, it's not going to do that. And that's because I'm using Google's API key. When I make my own API key, I could, if I wanted to, open it up to do that, but I'm not getting in that business. But it should do just about anything else. Polishing the masterpiece. Yeah, I don't, the whole bringing kids to the protest, it's like, dude, listen, if your stupid ass can't get a babysitter, then maybe you should stay home with your children. I think that protesting, especially protesting where they're shooting pepper balls at you.
Silence us. We think with our hearts. We are not stupid. We think with our hearts.
Oh my God, dude. Download. Oh my God.
You can't silence us. We think with our hearts. We are not stupid. We think with our hearts.
God almighty. Dispatch, will the radio station have all your studio can do that they're working on for you? I'm not sure what you're asking exactly, but we're still a couple weeks out. They're saying Thursday of next week. I say Fantasyland, but okay. I think with my farts. That's hilarious. Look at that. That's completely AI generated. Oh, you can extend it too. Oh, wow. No, no, no. Let's not do that. Um, that's pretty cool too. I'm gonna see. That's another one I'll have in there for you guys. Um, wow. Yeah, there's a bunch of them here. Wow. Experience Gemini and grounding with Google Maps' ability to engage in real time voice driven conversations for trip planning using natural language. That's pretty cool. This one here, you upload your manuals for all your radios or whatever, and it makes you, it basically is an AI now that can help you with your radio. That's pretty cool. Build pictorial 3D maps. This is nice. Um, that's very nice. See, I will probably make all of these available on mine. And could you imagine just having all this stuff available really easy? Just boom, there it is, you know? Code generators, developer quick starts. There's just so much stuff. Wow. So yeah, I just wanted to bring this to you guys' attention because the truth is this is really a cool thing here. And I can't wait to get this all set up. I'm working with a few other people, and I think that we're going to get something set up here. I'm eventually going to do cheap memberships, just a few bucks a month, and one of the things you'll have is access to my API, which I think will be really cool. I want to try one thing here. I want to make my own. Reference image. I want to upload my Starship reference image. Art direction, topography. A scene in space with Earth and the moon in the background. Logo flies in toward camera. Warping plasma effect in flight. Image is 3D. Logo is 3D and high tech looking. And I'm going to leave text blank and font blank. Or I guess I have to put something in there. Well, let's see what it does. I just love this stuff, man. You know how awesome it is that I can now create whatever I can think of? I think I'm liking this one already. See, everything I typed, it took very literally. I said red and blue plasma effect, whatever. Everything I put in there, it does. I put in my logo, so even if it doesn't use the logo, it will use the colors in the logo. I think it's amazing. I just think it's amazing what it'll do. Very nice. Oh, it didn't give me an extend button. I was kind of hoping it would. I do like that. It'll also make a GIF, which I'm doing right now with it. Isn't that amazing? You guys can do this right now. Hey, Stealth Mode, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, I could make a Trump and all video. I've been thinking about making like a regular commercial that I could run, and I I could use this to create like I kind of want to do one where it's like Trump and all, and do like the first 30 seconds all about Trump and all, and how it helps your derangement and all this kind of stuff. But then I want to like the last 30 seconds, I want to show like somebody walking through the woods like aimlessly, and say, and then give a whole list of all the side effects. But the side effects will all be good ones, like, may make you want to go get a job, make you create a nuclear family, and have all that bullshit that I normally say in there under the side effects, but read it at the end like it's bad side effects. I think that would be hilarious. So I'm thinking about making that. Yes, the options are endless, and that's why it actually just made a GIF for me too, which is pretty cool. It made this into a GIF. I wish that it would let me extend it, further, but it doesn't give me the option on this one. Oh man. All right. Well, look at that volcano is pissed, dude. Seriously. Shit is pissed. Yeah, that volcano is up, freaking set right now. Oh, what was that other one I wanted to look at? Your apps, or gallery. Oh, this one here. I think we did this one, but I wanted to do it one more time. That's nice. Very, very nice. Okay, anyway. All right. Any questions on this? Oh, God is King. Well, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you. And just so I try to say this once a night, I don't ask for supers, but when I get them, I really, really appreciate them. And all the money I make, both on advertisement and on supers, all gets 100% rolled back into the studio. That's how I've been able to put all this together and do all this stuff. And we are building, I say we, it's mostly me right now. Mama Kitty and Ed won't really help. The whole thing about, I don't got thumbs, I don't buy it, whatever. But anyway, it's pretty much just me right here now. But I got a lot going on, but I'm trying to get it done. This weekend, I have scheduled basically the whole weekend to be here because I've got to get this whole studio back completely in order, and get ready for next weekend. Next weekend is Hamcation in Orlando, and that's going to be huge. I am going to be broadcasting live from Hamcation. I'll probably be doing a broadcast on the way home as well. This weekend, we're going to have this next weekend when we do Hamcation. It's going to be a little weird. Friday night is going to be a vehicle show. I'm just going to pop on for 30 minutes and see what's going on. Saturday night will probably be a vehicle show on the way back, or if we're back in time, we'll do it there or whatever. I'm staying with friends in Tampa. And then Sunday night will be a regular show again. But that's not this weekend. That's next weekend. So, but thank you very much. God is King. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Yeah, there's a lot of volcanoes that are active all of a sudden. And I agree with you on that. And again, stealth mode, thank you very much. Yeah, I try. I love the tech, and I have a hard time getting it to work for me. So if I tell you something's pretty easy, I mean, you should do it because you'll probably be better at it than me. This is easy to use for me. You know, I didn't realize I had to hook my API up to it, and Jake showed me exactly what to do. He said, just go in there and boom. If it doesn't work, look for a button that asks for your API key, and then just click it and go in there and sign into your Google account, and you're all set. And then Google will just, once I get up to $20 or whatever, they'll charge me. It's no big deal. Yeah. The good thing is though that this will probably all be something that I'm gonna do. And for those of you who don't normally come to the channel or haven't been here before, I'm building my own AI generator here. It's my own API server basically, and I'm going to give you guys a suite of tools for a nominal fee every month, like $4 or $5, and I'm going to provide. We're going to do a monthly Zoom meeting for our members where we're going to spend 2 hours in a Zoom meeting. And anybody that's a member will get the link, and you come in, and we're all going to sit in there and talk, and we can see each other and talk to each other. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I'm going to do a couple of extra videos a month that'll be members only. And I'm going to have an API with 20 or 30 different AI tools that'll be available for you to use. And so between all of that, I actually think that it would be worth it. I kept telling you guys I'm not doing memberships until I can find value to add. And with this API tool, and I own a Zoom account that I pay for because of my client work that I do. This just uses something I already have. It's Zoom. And if we want, I can put the Zoom out as a members only broadcast, which is probably what we'll do. We'll have a Zoom meeting so you guys can all be there. It'll be like a big Brady Bunch grid. And I'll have it all set up to where we'll all be in there. And then if we want, I haven't decided yet, but probably, there it goes again. Wow. I haven't decided yet, but I'm probably going to broadcast the Zoom meeting only to members, and it will only be a members only thing. But it'll be neat because we can sit in there and talk about things and get down into the nitty gritty, and it'll just be a members only thing. And it won't be a monetized stream or anything like that. So anyway, it'll be cool. So those are the three things I'm looking to. I think if I can give you guys 30 or so API tools running on my own system, and I can give you guys a 2-hour Zoom meeting once a month, and I give you guys a couple of extra videos a month. Now we're starting to get somewhere. You know, I think we're getting to where we can do something now. And I also want to do merch. I've had a lot of requests for merchandise, so we're going to start off simple. I'm actually going to do. One of the first ones I'm going to do is coffee mugs, and it'll have the Stargate, the Starship Adventures logo on one side, and it will have like the Trumpanol on the other side or something. They're going to be funny. I'm going to do some funny stuff with that Trumpanol, all those Trumpanol things I'm making. I'm going to have some of that stuff on merch too. I think that would be hilarious. Yeah, I think it's going to be good. Yep, we're watching that off of the coast of Oregon. Absolutely. And yeah, I don't think we have a live view of that because I don't ever get that one come up when I'm looking for active volcanoes. Yeah, coffee cups and mugs. I'm just thinking of easy stuff. They probably do shirts eventually. I really would like to do. I'm working on a vendor for embroidery because one of my things is the silk screening has gotten so cheap lately. And I really would like to offer a nice golf shirt with the logo that's stitched on it. It would be about $30, but I want a quality shirt. I want something really nice that you would be proud to wear that looks nice. And then I might have some $20, $15 t-shirts too, but anyway, I'm looking at some different stuff. Eventually we'll have all kinds of stuff. I'm also looking at some crazier stuff too. I re- I want to sell those. You guys know what urinal pads are? Those things they put down in a urinal, and they'll say things like "Don't drink and drive" or Bill's Automotive, and it's the thing you're actually pissing on in the urinal. You guys know what I'm talking about? Those things. Sometimes they're scented, so you don't smell piss or whatever. Well, I'm thinking about making some of those. I'm going to see how cheap we can make them because I want to make them. And what I want to do is put like Nancy Pelosi's face on it. And that way, every time you go to the bathroom, you can go in there at work. You can put it in your urinal at work. And then when you walk in, every day when you walk in, you can piss right in her face. I just think that's really cool. Every bar and club in town should have Nancy Pelosi piss pads in the bottom of the urinals. And we could do Biden ones. We could do Gavin Newsom ones, and on the bottom we'll print, "Don't piss on my hair, dude." Oh, see, this is the kind of sick shit that I want to do. I want to do some like satire shit, some really funny shit. But anyway, I also would like to do some stuff that's for the members, for people who are members and stuff too. There'll be some merch that'll be offered just to members, and it'll be like official member, and it'll have the Starship logo, stuff like that. I'm thinking. Trust me, I've been out of the box thinking for a while here on this, because I keep telling people, no, I'm not doing merch. No, I'm not doing memberships. But you know what? I'm at the point now where I'm at the rush for that 100,000. I want to get there. And I have people that like the show, and they come in every night. And I was in Walmart today, and I'm not going to call anybody's name out, but I was in Walmart today getting a script from my mom, and I ran into someone that I have been friends with for several years now, that is in the amateur radio club here locally. And I used to go to the luncheon meetings there with him all the time, and we would stand out and talk until I was late for work. Great guy. And ran back into him, and he's like, "Hey, what's up?" And I'm like, "Hey, what's up with you?" And we sat and talked for a while, and we walked all over Walmart together, went and got cat food and everything. And he says, "I watch you every night." And I'm surprised. I've run into a number of people now that say that they watch me quite a bit, and they don't chat. I'm always surprised. There's like 20 people chatting, but there's 80 people watching, and I'm coming to realize that there is a lot of people that just watch the show. The chat's not part of it for them, and that's cool. That's interesting. But I was really touched when he knew the names of all my cats. I have to say, I was touched. I was flattered that he knew Mama Bleep and Ed and everybody. So that was really cool. All right, he's probably watching now, so I do appreciate it. Trust me, I appreciate our conversation today more than you probably realize. All right, so anyway, yeah, I'm gonna make them urinal pads. I'm gonna make some with the ARRL logo in them too, because I'd like to piss on them every day as well. So I'm gonna put that down in there too. Yeah, I agree, William. That's how I do it. If I'm in my bedroom and I'm watching a show and I want on YouTube and I want to chat, I just pull it up on my phone and I chat on my phone, but I'm watching it on the TV. And I keep my phone upright and I just chat on my phone or my tablet. A lot of times if I'm going to chat in bed, I don't do it a lot, but if I get into a show and I'm like, "Oh, I got to chat. This is bullshit." Which I don't do a lot, but I do sometimes. I'll get my tablet. That's what I'll do because I can type really fast on my tablet. Wouldn't that be cool, Stealth, if we had an online Zoom meeting once or twice a month? And it would be a long meeting. It would not be a rush job. We would go in and talk. We would talk. We would have conversations. We can talk about everything. We can talk about drinking. We can talk about whatever. I don't care. It'll be fun. We can talk politics. We can talk about personal stuff. I don't really care. Um, can I make what downloadable? If we do an online Zoom meeting, I'm either going to keep it a private Zoom meeting just with us. You can, I'm sure, record it on your end of the Zoom meeting. I would have no problem with that. Um, but no, I probably wouldn't offer it for download. But then again, if it's on YouTube and you're a member and you can see it on YouTube, you can always just grab the link and go to your browser and type download YouTube video for free online, and it will come right up, and you paste my link in there and it'll scrape my video off. It'll do that. Um, I don't have a database where I can provide gigabyte size files like that. That would cost. But you can scrape it off YouTube. I don't care. Um, yeah, it's like a studio club. Yeah, and I'll tell you something else I want to do. I'm eventually going to assign ranks. We're going to do all kinds of neat stuff. But one of the things I want to do is get you guys more involved. I would like to have I would like to have a ship's doctor and a science officer, and I'd like to have different people that are doing different things. I almost wouldn't mind eventually having one person that's in charge of all of our volcanology and our earthquakes and all that, and one person that follows the launches and the space stuff, and eventually even have you guys pop in for a little segment each night. I would love to set it up to where you guys can actually pop in and I can throw you right next to me on the screen, and we can actually have a 15-minute conversation about your topic of the night. I mean, there's so many neat things. Like eventually I'm going to be in a van. I'm driving around the country meeting you guys in person. This is going to be so cool. And I want it to be very personable. And as it gets larger, I want the people that have been here all along to be a part of the command staff, basically, part of the production staff for the whole thing, and help me out. And it's going to be really cool. Yes, Stealth, absolutely. Share our experiences. We can even do some ham radio stuff on there, talk about stuff. I love all that stuff. And so, yeah, I think it's going to be great. Yeah, you know what I found? You can plug a regular Windows keyboard into you buy the right little device, and you plug it into your Android, and then you can plug a regular keyboard and mouse right into your Android. It works pretty good. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun, and we can just basically have some time that we can all sit and talk and in a little more of an intimate setting. Um, yeah, I think it'd be a lot of fun. It's like it'd be like the breakfast club, but it'd be like the dinner club. Yeah. What do you guys? I mean, I think you guys would probably find that all right. And we can also talk a lot about all the different API stuff, and I'll continue to add stuff to that. Um, yeah, there's been no trolls tonight. Isn't that weird? I think it all depends on how much stuff is going on. You know, if there's a big riot or something going on, a lot of the leftists find us in here, and I think that's what happens. Um, I don't care. I kind of like when there's not trolls, but I also kind of like when there is, because when there's trolls, believe it or not, um, it actually seems to it makes the numbers better. I'm sorry, but it does. It is what it is. All right. Does anybody have anything else? We're coming up on 2 hours here, and I haven't ate dinner yet, so. Yeah, we're all in a little different field of study. A lot of us do study propagation and radio and stuff like that, but we all have our different areas, and I think it would be cool to eventually have people that specialize. If someone wants to come in and give a solar report every night or whenever they're available, and I can actually I want to set up a thing where I'll have a Zoom meeting running in the background. And when it's your time to come on, or when you're ready to come on, you just come on and pop in the Zoom meeting and I'll see you there. And then when I'm ready for you, I'll put you on the screen, unmute you, and say, okay, hey, Bob, what's your report tonight? And we can talk about it. And I can put up graphics and all that kind of stuff. I really would like to do that. I would like to make this more comprehensive. I'd like to get me a bunch of Baba Booies out there that become part of the show, you know, and become, you know, part of the ensemble, if you will. No, I have not. I have not, Matt. No. But I'm going to copy that down and put it over here so I can look it up. Yep. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And I'm even up to, if there's people that's helped me, I'll be glad someday to turn around and help you get your channel started. Because I don't have a competition thing on here. This pond is big enough for all of us to swim in. Well, yeah, sorry you're late. But it's a slow night. I've been on 2 hours, and I am going to go ahead and kick it off here. It's cold here tonight, man. We are going to be just a few degrees above freezing yet again. I got cats loitering around waiting to get into warm rooms. Wow, that's cool. All right, I'm going to check that out, Matt. Yep. So there's a lot of neat stuff coming up here. The hardest thing for me is to just find the time to do it because I'm by myself basically. So if someone out there gets into this API stuff and they get really good at it, we can work with each other. There it goes again. Boom. Wow. Holy shit. I guess. Ain't that some shit? I had a boss like that once. Jeez. Yeah, I got two TVs in my room. I got two 55 inches, one on top of the other. And I can put up cameras on one and Roku on the other or whatever I decide to do. YouTube. I can play YouTube on both of them if I'm doing two different things. Yeah, that volcano is pissed. They need to fly over it and drop some booze down in there or whatever it is they do to calm that thing down. Did they shut off the lights at Niagara Falls to like save power or something? Great show, guys. Hey, we're saving power, eh? Don't worry about the power, Ozer. Let's see here. Yeah, we have a good time here. I think we got a good crew and it's building every day, and that's really cool. So anyway, I will be here through the weekend, guys. Tomorrow's Friday. We got Freestyle Friday on my big show. And then when we get into here tomorrow night, we'll be doing our regular thing. We'll see what's going on in the world. And then I don't know if there's going to be like protesting over the weekend or not, but I'm going to be here standing by looking for a reason to go live. And if I find one, I'm going to do it. Oh, I hear the ghetto bird flying around outside. Our sheriff here it's oppressive. They fly over our house every night, shining spotlights, using infrared. And then the other night, 2 o'clock in the morning, I hear the drone hovering over my house. So I grab my bright ass flashlight and I go out and I climb up my radio tower onto my 15-foot tall roof. And I go standing up there on the roof, and he flies right over the top of me, and he's hovering about 10 feet over me. So I hit him with my bright-ass flashlight. And I'm like, you're lucky I don't go get my radio and jam your ass. But I don't like that. They should not be out here sneaking around with these drones in the middle of the night. I just, what are they doing? Are they looking in my windows with these things? You know? It's oppressive. Our sheriff here is, he's somewhat tyrannical. You don't see that from most of our sheriffs around here. As a matter of fact, all of our neighboring sheriffs, I think, are great. But the one here in this particular county is somewhat tyrannical. They're always flying these drones over my house. And I really want to shoot one down with a shotgun. This one was low enough, I probably could have legally destroyed it. It was literally 10 feet over my head. And he was shining a light at me, and I turned around and shined my brighter light at him. And I saw his truck a block away. I could see it down there. And when he left, he backed up and he drove by my house really slow. And I shined my spotlight at him. And I said, I don't appreciate that shit. And he said, have a good night. And he drove away. Sarcastic asshole. I'm very pro law enforcement, but I used to work for this agency, and they're just a little out of control down here. He is literally orbiting my house. Let me see if I can see what's going on here. See if I can see what the hell's going on. Where did it start out? In Kentucky or something? Jesus. Give me a break. I pay for this, but I don't use it. Who is this flying around my house? It's a Cessna 172S Skyhawk SP. It's a general aviation aircraft. He's currently at 3,300 feet. Ground speed 127. Registration NA. County NA. It's got to be government. It's not registered. Lots of little planes flying around tonight. Start to wonder what these guys are doing. Anyway, I have a paid account with this flight trader, Flight Radar, and it's this one here. They have a free one. You can use it for free. It doesn't let you do a lot, but you can track planes and look at planes, and it just resets after 20 minutes. You have to refresh or whatever. It's no big deal. But I pay for the paid one because when there's a manhunt or something going on, one of the screens will have the planes, and you can see the helicopters and everything. Well, I don't know. There's actually law here in Florida that allows you to take out drones that are flying right over your property. So I don't know. There's kind of some conflicting law on that right now. I'm not planning on doing it. I do shine very bright lights at them. I don't do it to the choppers, obviously. There's guys flying in that thing, okay? But I'm talking about the drone. When this drone is 10 feet over the roof of my house, yeah, I don't think that's very good. That's you know, when you're flying that thing in my yard and you're trying to look in my windows with it, you're a piece of shit. Anyway, all right. Yeah. Yeah, trust me, I'm not for shining aircraft at lasers at aircraft, and I'm not for that, no matter what side I'm on, no matter what side they're on, because I'm pro law enforcement. I was a cop, okay, and I understand what they're doing. I blame the politicians for a lot of our problems, not the cops. I think the cops do need to be watched, and there does need to be a lot more accountability than we're getting right now. But that being said, I think it's going fairly well. I think we need to stay the course on this stuff, especially on this ICE stuff. We need to stay the course. So these three are all following each other. That's weird. And they're all unlisted planes. See, that's the kind of shit, man. I'm telling you. There's more to this than we'll know. That's always the way this shit happens. There's more to this than you'll ever know. But here, let me pull this up so you guys can see it. Look at that. 3 anonymous planes all flying the same out route. They're all 3 Cessna 1725 Skyhawk SPs. They're all 3 the exact same aircraft. They're all flying at just about the same altitude, and they're all following the same course. They all took off from Page Field. All 3 of them took off from Page Field. That diverged a little bit. They went over my house. And now they are, look at that, heading out into the middle of the state. What the hell are they doing? Yeah, that's definitely government activity because these are 3 unlicensed aircraft that did not file any flight plans. And their registration is showing NA, so they're government. They filed no destination, they filed no flight plan. I often wonder about shit like that, you know? See, when it's a private owner, that's what it looks like. Private owner. There's he left out of Gainesville. See, you can see there's the picture of it and everything. These other 3, these are all government. These are all shadow planes. Huh. Anyway, well, there you go. We'll never know. All right, guys, last call. Anything else in the chat room? I'm going to let it go. All right, guys, I'm going to let you go tonight. I'm going to play 2 songs. The first one I played last night for the first time. I'll play the Left's Hypocrisy again first, but I'm going to play the other version of it. Let me grab the other version of it. Hi, Mom Kitty. Okay, there we go. All right, I'm going to lead you guys out with this. It's going to be the Left's Hypocrisy, and it's set to Stairway to Heaven. And then after that, I'm going to do the Kurtzman Woke Trek song, and then we will end our broadcast day. So that's going to be it. Guys from Starship Studios, both Mama Bleep and myself want to wish you a good night out there. Say it. Tell them. You going to say it? You going to say good night? Just right into there. There you go. All right. we'll see. She gave you a kiss. Good night there. Just trust me. There, give him another one. There you go. All right, and we'll see you guys. We'll see you tomorrow night at 9 p.m. right here on Starship Adventures for another episode of the Sights and Sounds of Earth, broadcasting live from Southwest Florida. My name's Ian. I'm here with Mama Bleep, and we'll see you tomorrow night, everybody. Let's get that song going. And these are both really cool songs. I hope you like them.
Wave your rainbow flags, shout queers for Palestine, but Hamas throws gays over roofs, yeah, that's your front line. No kings rally screaming against Trump the dictator king, then free Maduro chants oppression's your thing. Go preaching doom, climate's on fire, while jets sitting private, mansions piled higher. Obama slams fossils, but his wealth's energy tied. Hypocrites in suits, taking us for a ride. You talk big game, but your actions scream lies. Left-wing phonies under liberal skies. Condemning violence after Trump takes a shot, but BLM riots, mostly peaceful, what a crock. Affordable housing for all, that's your cry, but NIMBY and Frisco, no builds in your sky. Obama blasts Wall Street, then cashes their checks, millions in speeches, hypocrite wrecks. Oversight for Republicans, grill them to the bone, but Biden scandals, leave them alone. You champion rights, but ally with kings. Saudi abuses, nah, that's your blame. Oh, the hypocrisy of the left, it's a rock and roll scam, pushing rules for us, but you don't give a damn. Gun control for peasants, but God's at your door. School choice for poor kids, nah, elites want more. White House slams all the families' fortunes screwed. COVID lockdowns for us, news sometimes in the nude. Hypocrisy rock, yeah, you're full of it now. Left-wing lies, take a bow. Human rights abroad, only when it fits your game. Ignore the tyrants if they're in your fame. Private schools for Obama kids, vouchers, hell no. Fossil fuel haters with oil your cash flow. You virtue signal loud, but your mask slips away. Phony baloney in the USA. You don't give a damn. Higher taxes, minimum wage, tolerance fake. BLM burning, but violence you shake. Gun bans for us, armed security tight. School choice denied, but your kids alright. Hypocrisy rock, yeah, you're full of it now. Left wing.
This one's for the real Trekkies, the ones who remember when Star Trek meant something. Alex Kurtzman, you hack, consider this your send-off. You killed the franchise and we're singing over the grave. I used to beam up proud, watch the stars unfold. Bold explorers, logic sharp, stories pure as gold. Then came Kurtzman, Grim Reaper in a suit, turned the Enterprise into a woke-ass reboot. Cursing the day that clown sniffed around the set. Now it's teen drama trash, the franchise is dead. Greatest sci-fi ever, no, not anymore. You shat all over Roddenberry's core. Oh, Alex Kurtzman, you ruined Star Trek, woke Trek forever, what a pathetic wreck. Pajama queens on the bridge, cadets fat and whiny, playing high school gigs. DIA checklist, virtue signaling lectures, Forescape pandering, feelings over vectors. You hate the show, you hate the fans, you hate the dream. Starfleet Academy, more like a bad fever dream. Beat me the hell out of here, Scotty, I'm done. Captain Alake, Holly Hunter's barefoot joke, strutting in PJs, no shoes, someone's got a fetish poke. Talks like gravel in her mouth, sits like a smug damn cat, refuses to split a kid from a crook. Starfleet, where's that at? All power to forward shields while getting hit from behind. Technical idiocy shows you got no mind. Women always stronger, smarter, morally supreme. Men bumbling props in your feminist fever dream. Cadets supposed to be elite, fat, dumb, and out of shape. Whining about love triangles, homesick tears on tape. insubordination daily, no discipline in sight. Mouth off to superiors, get a hug, yeah, that's right. Flat as cardboard, one-dimensional D-bots. Speed run arcs, faster than a warp core plot. Everyone's queer-coded, not representation, just force. Preachy therapy speak, empathy circles, of course. Oh, Alex Kurtzman, you ruined Star Trek, woke Trek forever, what a pathetic wreck. Barefoot captains, pajama queens on the bridge, cadets fat and whiny, playing high school gigs. EA checklist, virtue signaling lectures, Forescape pandering, feelings over vectors. You hate the show, you hate the fans, you hate the dream. Starfleet Academy, more like a bad fever dream. Beat me the hell out of here, Scotty, I'm done. Writing's cringe-worthy, dialogue preachy and lame. Juvenile jokes fall flat, embarrassing shame. Grainy visuals, cheap effects, sound mix from hell. Lore butchered, canon trash, nostalgia bait smell. Pacing's garbage, unearned tears, forced drama galore. Teen soap on Nickelodeon couldn't be more poor. Viewership tank charts dropping like red shirts in a fight. Low scores ain't bombing, fans just saw the light. Ruined Discovery Picard, strange new worlds too. Lower decks tried, but you poisoned that crew. Turned hope and expiration into leftist lecture halls. Discipline's oppression, men are useless, women got balls. Over-reliance on Easter eggs, desperate and sloppy, no fresh ideas, just wrecking what's copy. Kurtzman, your secret hideout, king of the con. You don't get Trek, you hate it, it's gone. Oh, Alex Kurtzman, you ruined Star Trek, woke Trek forever, what a pathetic wreck. Barefoot captains, pajama queens on the bridge, cadets fat and whining, playing high school gigs. EA checklist, virtue signaling lectures, Forescape pandering, feelings over vectors. You wrote the epitaph, killed the best franchise alive, Starfleet Academy, proof the dream don't survive. Beat me the hell out of here, Scotty, I'm done. Yeah, I'm done. I'm done. So skip this trash, real fans, let it die in the dark. Kurtzman, take your woke coat and shove it where it sparks. Star Trek was bold, it was hope, it was true. Now it's your tombstone, and we're laughing at you. God rest the franchise. You murdered it, you prick. Transmission.
All right, everybody. My name's Ian. It's been my pleasure to be your host this evening. This is Starship Adventures, and this does conclude our broadcast day. Thank you, everybody, for being loyal supporters of the channel And thank you for coming in every night and spending your time here with us, having an amazing time on the sights and sounds of Earth, right here on Starship Adventures. Don't forget our backup channel, Starship After Dark, and hopefully we'll see you guys tomorrow night right here at 9 p.m. Eastern for another episode of the Sights and Sounds of Earth right here on Starship Adventures. KO4 EFS, signing off from North Fort Myers. Have a good night, everybody, and a safe tomorrow. QSY 73.
The sun.